Hi everybody, Chastu here. In this short video I'm going to go through 6 of the most important scales that you need to know on the fiddle. Not a big fan of scales, there are so many of them, but these 6 are 6 you probably do need to know. And I made up a little exercise for myself and I hope it will be useful for you. And by just changing one note at a time we'll be able to go through the 6 scales. Starting with the major scale, then the MIXOLYDIAN mode, then the DORIAN, and then the natural, harmonic and melodic minors. Sound like fun? Then let's go! Right, before I carry on, it's night time, I'm indoors, so why am I wearing dark glasses? I should explain. It's not because I'm Italian or trying to be cool, it's because I've got a bad case of red eye and you really don't want to see that. So I'm hiding my red eyes and the cap just covers up my bald head. The first scale we're going to play is the most popular in Western music. It's one we're all very familiar with. We can all play it, we can probably all sing it. We've seen The Sound of Music, and it goes like this. It's the major scale. In this case I'm doing everything in D, but we can start the major scale on any note. We can play C major, and we can play G major. So what makes the major scale a major scale is not the notes, it's the intervals between the notes. So in this case we have tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And those intervals create a major scale. And, whether you knew it or not, you already know a mode. That's the Ionian mode, but nobody calls it that. Nobody says, let's play this song in the key of A Ionian. And you're, yeah, right. No, but it is. We're going to change one note now. We're going to flatten the 7th. So the 7th in the D major scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C sharp in this case. So we're going to flatten the C sharp to C. So now we have that's the MIXOLYDIAN mode. A mode is just a scale. You can just call it a scale. Or you can think of this scale as the major scale with the flat 7, if you want to avoid the mode names altogether. And because it has that flat 7, if you play the arpeggio, which is going to be D, F sharp, A, C. These are the notes of the D dominant 7 chord, the dominant 7 chord. So that's 1, 3, 5, flat 7. So this scale is useful for playing over dominant 7 chords. Now let's change one more note. Let's flatten the 3rd, and the 3rd in D is going to be 1, 2, 3, F sharp. So flatten that to F. And now we have, we've entered minor territory here. This is the D DORIAN mode, and it's the major scale with a flat 3 and a flat 7. So we flatten the 7, flatten the 3, we've got D DORIAN. Now this one, if you play the arpeggio of this, you'll get D, F, A, C, which are the notes you'll find in a D minor 7 chord. So the DORIAN mode is useful for playing. So the so the DORIAN mode is useful for playing over a D minor 7 chord. And so far we have the major, flatten the 7 for MIXOLYDIAN, flatten the 3rd for DORIAN. Now let's flatten one more note. In this case it's going to be the 6th note, the 6th, which is B in D. So the B is going to go down to B flat. So now we get the scale. This is the natural minor scale. So now you can think of the DORIAN mode, going back one, as the natural minor scale with a sharp 6, if you prefer to think of it that way. Let's do it again. Natural minor. Now the problem harmonically with this scale is that it doesn't have a leading note, it doesn't have that C sharp leading into the D. So you can put it back. And that results in the harmonic minor. With that nice large interval between the B flat and the C sharp minor third, giving it that exotic sound, that exotic feel. The harmonic minor scale may be a little too exotic to use a lot, so we can fix that by pushing the 6 back up to B. So we end up with the scale which is the melodic minor scale. And the melodic minor scale is only one note away from the major scale. If we sharpen the 3 again, we're back at the major scale. So that's the tour completed. Flatten the 7, flatten the 3, flatten the 6, sharpen the 7 again, and then sharpen the 6. Finally, sharpen the 3 again, and we're back to flatten the 7, flatten the 3, flatten the 6, sharpen the 7 again, and then sharpen the 6. Finally, sharpen the 3 again, and we're back to Do I like scales? Not really. They're quite boring, and there are so many of them. I've got a list up here of some music scales, and they've got crazy names. There is there's all the modes, and then there's Algerian scale, and the Superlocrian, and the enigmatic scale. I want to play that now. Anyway, lots and lots of scales. You can spend your life learning scales, and then you'll have no time left to actually play music. But these 6 scales are 6 that you need to know. It's not all of them. We could add maybe the pentatonic and the blues scale as well, which I may do in a different video. But if you go through this exercise, starting on different notes, you will learn those 6 scales. Just by changing one note at a time, you go from major to MIXOLYDIAN to DORIAN, then the minor scales, the natural, the harmonic, and the melodic. So have fun with that, and let me know how you get on.